Let me know once my screen is visible.
We can see it.
Let me tell you that my name is Mohit and I'm working professionally and I have more than 10 years of experience. And if I talk about especially into the Power BI, I have very good exposure. Uh, right now I'm working as a Power BI lead and I have a very good exposure in designing, development and deployment of the dashboard from scratch to end. So yeah, I do have a very good experience in terms of providing training. So I have trained more than 240 people, especially in a Power BI. And apart from Power BI, I also facilitate in SQL, Advanced Excel, and other technical tools. So this is all about me. And now we are going to start another batch. So where we'll focus more into the very, I would say, the demanding tool in a market, that is the Power BI. So before that, I would request to each one of you to start and to give a small introduction about yourself, like your experience and uh, how good you are in Power BI and your vision or your expectation from me. So please start with Sheila.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Sheila Kasbekar. I'm from Pune, and the motive for me to join this class is basically a refresher. I do have experience of about uh, 10 plus years in BPO, but not in Power BI as such. I did work for around um, 2 years in Power BI, but I have a gap of 1 year, and I want to rejoin my organization, and that's the reason I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Sheila. Devesh.
Hi everyone, this is Devesh Khattar, and this is the first time I will be learning the Power BI, and this is totally new to me. And if I talk about my experience, I have in total 6 years of experience. Right now, I'm working with Accenture, where these type of technologies is really required to step up your career. So that's why I just decided to go for the Power BI.
Thank you,
So
Devesh.
yeah.
Rishi.
Yeah, hi team. This is Rishi from Hyderabad. I have 6 plus years of experience into stuff like development, and I have 1 year career gap. Uh, yeah, actually, coming to Power BI, actually I like to learn and go towards the data analyst also. So nowadays, even they are asking multi skills. So that's why I like to learn the Power BI.
Okay, thank you, Rishi.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we have a mix up type of students, some having a basic knowledge or some are absolutely new to run the Power BI. So no need to worry about it. This is this is the demo session. In demo session, we'll go through, we'll try to learn and we'll try to catch up the basic component and the important component of the Power BI. And after demo, we'll segregate our batch based on experience, requirement, and time slot. Okay. So without any further delay, let me start. Welcome to the Learning Hub. As I told you, my name is Mohit and I'm a senior Power BI developer. But yeah, I need to update this because right now I'm a Power BI lead. Okay, so we'll start with always a motivational quotes. So in these days, I believe that you are very much familiar how data is important for us. So even I can say data is the newly currency in these days, right? So data is important. When you get any data, it may be in any form. It may be in a form of Excel, it may be in a form of email, attachment, or PDF document. But yeah, when you have this document with you, obviously this is new for you and you sometime afraid that what kind of the information it is. But yeah, gradually when we try to explore the data, we get familiar and we get confident, right? So the same thing here we are, like we can see on a screen. This is said by Ronald Coase. Ronald Coase is Nobel Prize winning economist in UK. So he says, so it is applicable to everyone who belongs to the data, either in their day-to-day life or they are working in a data profile. So especially for us who are looking our career ahead in a data. So if you torture the data long enough, it will confess to anything. For example, if you get an Excel file and which is containing some data, right, in a form of table, some data in a column, header, row, like, but yeah, we are not very much familiar with the data. So in a first instance, we get afraid that what kind of the information it is. But yeah, when we start torture, I mean, when we start looking into the data, we get very familiar, and finally, obviously, we get some output from the data. Okay, so the meaning is when we get any data, we start like our process is we start looking into the data. I mean, gradually we get to know what kind of the data it is trying to say and what is the confidential information it may be having. Okay, so the next thing is to manage the data in a market. There are so many different technical tools. For example, we have SQL is nothing but the data management tool. It is also a database, right? It is also called a ETL tool. In a other way, how we try to visualize our data. For example, in a trending way, we used to create a report in a Excel, right? But Excel, it is having its own limitations. So beyond that limitations, there are some tech companies who research on it and who came with the technical tools that how we can make a report in a better way, so that people get understand in a very easy manner. So that is nothing but the BI tools. BI tools means business intelligence tool. What they does, they just get the information in a form of data, and in a form of visual they represent to the client or to the stakeholder or to the other guys who are looking for the report. So now, to manage all these kind of the report, we have so many BI tools in the market. So can you please help me to identify that if you know any of BI tool that you know? I know that you are very well aware of the Power BI, but yeah, apart from Power BI,
So Devesh this side. So I know something about the Tableau,
okay, you
and
heard about the Tableau.
yes,
Okay,
in
okay,
some of my reports in my day-to-day work, I use this. I use this to extract data from specific sites, let's say Oracle.
okay, that's
Yeah,
good to know. Okay,
yeah,
Sheila,
that's the
have you ever
only.
heard any other tool?
No, 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 that's
Okay,
the only.
and Sheila,
I'm also aware of only Tableau as of now.
okay, Venkat, do you have any idea about that all these technical tools or any of the tools that you have heard in your journey?
No, I'm not from technical background.
Okay, okay, good to know. So, Rishi, if you are speaking, you're on mute. If you are having some trouble, then you can ping me. Okay, see, out of all these tools, I highlighted Tableau, Power BI, and ClickSense.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to speak it,
yeah,
but I
Rishi.
connect through mobile. It is not working exactly.
Okay,
Actually, I
okay,
know about the Tableau.
okay, okay,
I have some idea about it. That's it.
okay. So let me tell you that why people are aware only Tableau, Power BI, and ClickSense. So the reason behind that, most of the market is captured by ClickSense, Power BI, and Tableau. I would say more than 95% market is captured by all these tools. That's why I highlighted these tools. So the fact is, here you can see the magic quadrant for analytics and business intelligence tool. So that is this is a map, or this is, you can see the chart or the information that is published by the Gartner. So Gartner is a US company who work on a data side, like which BI tool in a market is in demand, and like how they are playing role in terms of to managing the data. So this is the latest survey in 2024 that Microsoft, I mean, this is the BI tool, right? So Microsoft, the Power BI is product of Microsoft. So the at top we have the Microsoft Power BI, and second number we have the Tableau, and we go further, then we have the ClickSense, Oracle, MicroStrategy, SAP, and IBM. Even some more tools are there, but that are not in a list because they are very, very limited. So this is the reason that the right now, that may be one of the reasons that you are right now here to learn the Power BI, because Microsoft Power BI is a very good tool who is in demand in a market right now. Out of all these three tools, the maximum, I would say, the market is captured by the Power BI itself. If I talk about before the 2019, then Tableau was there in a market, right? But yeah, now these days, for last 4 to 5 years, Power BI is on boom. Okay, so if you have any question, you may go to the Google and you can search about the this information that we have captured in form of image. So now, why Power BI? The first thing is, we know that industry leader tool. We just saw the survey provided by the Gartner company that the market leader tool is the Power BI. And of course, our main goal is to capture or to secure a job. So where we can secure a job, we can learn the tool who are in a demand, right? So if you try to learn this Looker, so there are very less chance that you will secure a job. But yeah, right now we are just trying to learn the Power BI because that is the market industry leader tool. That is the most of the market captured by the Power BI right now. Now the second thing is free desktop version. So like Sheila is aware about and Devesh is aware about the Tableau. So in Tableau there are certain I would say the process or step that we have to follow. Ultimately you have to pay something. There is nothing free in a Tableau, right? But other side, in a Power BI we have the desktop application that is absolutely free. If anybody wants to learn the Power BI, then they can learn in a desktop version, right? So that is the secondary reason why people are people like the Power BI. They wants to learn the Power BI. Ultimately, sometime, for example, if you are looking for the job, you can't pay something to learn, so then Power BI is the best option. Even that is from the business point of view, company also preferring the Power BI tool just because of the low cost. That is the second reason. Now the third thing is the inbuilt transformation feature. So now let me tell you, people who are aware about the Tableau, so they know that there is no such tool or inbuilt feature in Tableau where we can transform our data, right? But other side, in a Power BI, we have a Power Query Editor. That is the inbuilt feature where we can get the data, we can clean the data before loading to the Power BI engine. So that is the third reason people like the Power BI, because we can get the data in any most of the time we get the data in a raw format, and that is not a very well formatted. So then this particular feature comes into the picture, so that we can clean the data, we can formulate the data, right? We can create a data model accordingly. So that feature comes into the Power BI. That is the third option why people like the Power BI. So now the next thing is the data compatibility. In Tableau also we have this feature that we can we can integrate this BI tool with the data more than I would say 50 types of the data sources. On the other side, in Power BI is compatible with more than 100 type of the data sources. No matter what kind of the data sources you have or your company does have, but yeah, it is possible that we can integrate this Power BI with the data. So in easy language, I would say, if you have Excel file, how you feed the data to the Power BI? If you have the data maybe in other format, for example, you have the data on SQL, you have the data on SharePoint, right? So all these options are available in a Power BI. You can get the data from any of kind data sources. This is the another very good feature in a Power BI, right? So I was trying to open the Power BI just for the reference. Let me open this blank report. So this is the Power BI desktop application. and this is the main user interface for the Power BI. If you have ever opened the Power BI, you might familiar with this picture, right? So here we have this feature, transformation data I was talking about. Let me tell you this one, inbuilt transformation feature. So this is a inbuilt feature. I also used to call it garage. For example, if we repair our car in a garage, in the same way we can repair our data in a Power BI itself. We don't require to go to the Excel file, clean the data, sometime filter the data. No, each and everything is available into the Power BI itself. So this is very good important feature or the component of the Power BI. So now the next thing is, I was talking about the data compatibility. Let me tell you the real picture. New source. Here we have a list, and if you click on a more, so you will get each and everything. I would say each type of the data sources. We have a large list, right? So Microsoft gave this option, like if you have any data in any data sources, that is possible, and you can connect with the Power BI. That is the another thing. So the next thing is the data visualization. So Power BI known for their visualization. By default, it is having more than 50 by default visuals, right? Which can help us to make our report more interactive and easy to understand, right? So this is another very good feature. Although we have the same kind of feature in other BI tool like Tableau, but people who are having some knowledge in Tableau, they know. Let me give you one quick example. Here we have this donut chart, right? In a one click we have this, but in Tableau we don't have this. We have to apply some additional steps to get this donut chart. The second is, I am very much aware that the waterfall chart, this is also in a one click we have this chart in Power BI, but in Tableau that is not available. There are some other visual feature which makes Power BI unique. That is the reason, that is the another reason that people like it. So the next thing is the complex calculation via DAX. So if you want to calculate anything in Power BI, then DAX is there. So DAX is nothing but the backbone of the Power BI. We'll do it in a very, I would say, the comprehensive manner. But yeah, here in a shorter, I would say the DAX is a language which help us to calculate or to apply any condition or to get the desired output. So all these options make Power BI unique. Now it's your turn. If you have any questions from this screen or from the previous screen, please feel free to ask me.
So hi, my Devesh again this side.
Yeah, Devesh. Pardon?
So we will be covering Power Pivot also.
Yeah. Absolutely. I will come to that. I mean, here
Okay,
you
okay.
yeah, here is your answer on the very next slide.
Okay, that's
Any
fine.
other question apart from that?
Sorry, Mohit, I didn't get you. Please, could you repeat?
Do you have any other question apart from
No,
that?
Mohit. Mohit, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, Devesh.
Thank you
Sheila,
for
do you have
answering.
any question?
No, I don't have any questions, Mohit.
Sheila,
It's
Rishi?
just that we'll be covering only the desktop Power BI, right?
No. I'll come to the the second thing is the Power BI services. Don't worry. That here is your question or a very next slide. Here's your
Okay.
answer. Don't worry. So we have Venkat. Venkat, do you have any question?
No, Mohit, I don't have any.
So till now we are just discussing the basic and the general thing. Why we are choosing the Power BI, right? Gangatharan, do you have any question?
No, I don't have. Are you covering the DAX command?
Yeah. That will be. Yeah. See, this is why I'm asking, just to like if you have any question till like whatever the general information that we have covered till now. But yeah, there are more to learn the Power BI and about what kind of features and the component we are going to cover. No worry. So here we are here we are on a very next slide. We need to understand what is Power BI. See, till now, first thing we try to learn that what is the BI, business intelligence tool, how they help us to manage the data, to visualize the data in a form of report and chart. Now the second thing, how many BI tool in the market, right, who works on the same side. Now out of all the BI tool, we are trying to understand the Power BI and what makes Power BI unique. We just learn that. I mean, we just try. I just try to deliver. Right now, we are going to enter into the Power BI. What is Power BI? Right. You know the basic things that Power BI is the one of the market leader tool who help us in a like in a analysis of the data, in a creation the report, right, in a form of chart and visuals. But now in Power BI, there are four main component. So out of all these four component, three component belongs to Power BI desktop. One is Power Query, second is Power Pivot, and third is the Power View. So Power Query is nothing we just discussed. It is ETL tool which help us to extract the data, then transform the data, then load the data into the Power BI. In other way, we can say it is a like component which help us to clean the data. Right. Now the second thing, all these options we are going to cover. No need to worry, you know. So now the second component is Power Pivot. We also called it data modeling. So let me tell you, let me share my screen again. So here you can see, this is the option on a home screen, transform data, right? This is the first option, Power Query Editor. Now here you can see the third option, model view. So model is something like we create a relation, we stabilize a relation between multiple table, right? So that is the Power Pivot, or we can say the model view in Power BI. Okay, so it is used for the data modeling to create relationship between multiple data sources. We use this Power Pivot. So now the next option is Power View. Power View is nothing but it is a reporting view, right? So this is the sequence you can understand. First we get the data, we clean the data, then create a relationship, like we set up a data model, then we go and reporting, right? So this is nothing but the reporting view, which we use to create report in a form of graph, visual, and chart. Okay, so all these three options are available in Power BI desktop. Now the next thing is, who will tell me like what is the next things that we should do? We get the data, we integrate it with the data, we created a data model, and suppose that we have created this report. Now what should be the next? Anyone?
I think more we need to learn how to, to whom we have to send it and how we can share it further.
Exactly.
Is it
Absolutely.
and we are going to share it with the some kind of link or
Yeah.
to a
Definitely.
group email box, something like that.
Yeah, that is the next thing we have to learn. That is the another component, Power BI services. So all the above activities are done in a Power BI desktop. However, when we try to share and collaboration, so that is the second, the fourth component comes into the picture, that is the Power BI services. So first thing is we publish our report. You can see this option, right? Publish. So once we sign in, this will highlight. So once we publish our report to the Power BI service environment, from there we will do rest of the activity, how we share, how we collaborate with the client. So this is Power BI app is for our development purpose, right? We never share this Power BI file. We never share this Power BI desktop, or you can say the PBX file, to the client, right? So all these four components are there in Power BI. Who makes the Power BI the entire? I mean, if I say the Power BI, it means it is a combination of Power BI desktop and Power BI services. Right. Now, answer to your question, Devesh. Yeah, I hope that is covered Power Pivot. And Sheila, your answer is that yeah, Power BI service is also a part of Power BI, which we are going to cover in a very comprehensive manner. Okay.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Okay. So this is all basic information that we have discussed about Power BI. So if anyone is having any kind of the question, please feel free to ask me. Otherwise, then we'll go I'll enter into the like what detail information that we cover into the Power Query, Power Pivot, each and everything I will let you know. Now your turn. If you have any question, anyone? No? Okay.
Mohit, before we
Yes.
continue, just a small query. The
Yeah,
fourth
please.
tab in the Power desktop now,
Mm-hmm.
fourth one, which is recently installed actually. That is a helpful tool, for tax writing and all that. Fourth one in that left hand side.
Where?
Power
Okay, this one,
desktop.
this one. That's
Ah,
yeah,
ah,
yeah,
ah.
that will be covered. That will be covered. See,
Yeah.
this is something additional feature given by the
Yeah,
Microsoft rather than
recently it has been given.
yeah. Definitely, it will be covered. See, I won't say this is a component. So this is a feature that is
Yeah,
added by
that's
them.
a feature.
Yeah, thank you. That will be covered. Don't worry. Okay. So the next thing is how to download the Microsoft Power BI in your desktop. So the first thing is your system or your laptop or your desktop should be having a window above than Windows 7. Because if you are having Windows 7, then it is not compatible, right? So it is mentioned there, Power BI desktop is no longer supported on Windows 7. If you are having Windows 7, then you will not able to download this Power BI. Okay, now how to download, that is a very easy process. You can go, I mean, let me help you out quickly. You simply type Power BI and the first option Microsoft. This will bring you at a home page. From here we have the product, and under product section we have this Power BI, and then we have the Power BI desktop. So once you click there, you will get option how to download. Okay. Okay, the next thing is, this is a very simple and very basic report. See, in a sample report, I would suggest you please try to identify what kind of the report it is. Why? Because finally, when we prepare this report to the stakeholder or to the end user, to the client, so this kind of the report is having, and what client is looking for. For example, if I prepare this report for my client, so what all the information is client looking for? What all the information may be helpful for the client perspective? Now, can you please tell me one by one? For example, you can tell me what is this chart and what is all about information, right? What is this chart and what information you are getting from there? So one by one, you can go, please. We'll start with Devesh now. Okay, yeah, Devesh, please tell me. You can pick any of the visual and you can tell me how it support to the client.
Okay, let's pick this one, sales by city. The reason for picking this is I also deliver some kind of information in my day-to-day work. So in this, it shows, let's say, it shows the how much unit has been sold as per the city-wise, like in Europe, and yeah, those kind of numbers are earlier. It must be shown in some kind of data in columns. Now we can show in the visualization way.
Okay, now that is fine. So my question is, for example, I'm picking this the first one, sales and profit by year. So suppose you are the client, how this
Okay.
visual is going to help you? The first one.
So it will only show me the important aspects, like in a, I don't have to drill down. Uh, I'm not getting into what I have to explain here. That's why I'm
Okay,
just.
no problem, no problem.
Mhm.
Sheila, can you please tell me what is the beneficial information maybe for the client perspective?
Definitely, Mohit. Over here it says the sales by profit. So the some of the sales, it says ki in November or in October the sales were high. In December, in November it was the least. In December it rose again, and these are the figure that it rose up to. That
Okay,
is
thank you.
one
Yeah,
thing,
you are
and the
very
sum of that,
Mhm.
and the sum
Okay,
of that is also being reflected. Then we
okay,
have okay.
okay, thank you. Yeah,
It shows the comparison visualization easily means client will be easily visualize the comparison between the sales as per the dates. like yearly or monthly?
Yeah, who is going to explain?
Okay,
Venkat?
I will go. I will go.
Yeah, please, Devesh.
Can you please, show the chart here?
Devesh, you are done. Devesh, you are done. I'm just looking for any other response
Okay.
here. Anjana, you or Gangatran, you want to try?
It shows the segment is increased. From that we can know which segment area has increased and decreased.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so all like information that you have shared, that is very, I would say, helpful for the client purpose. Looking at the first visual, for example, I am the client, right? How it helps me to take a business decision. See, creation a report is very simple, right? But if you understand the business, if you understand the aspect from the client side, then you will get some fruitful outcome, or meaningful visuals in a report. For example, looking at the first visual, being as a client, I can take a business decision. For example, in a February month, right, we have very less sale. That maybe there is, being as a client, I will work around what is the reason that why we are getting very less sale, right? That may be, another data may be helpful for me. But yeah, like basis on available data, I can say in a 5 month we have very less sale. In that month, what I can do, I can give leave to the employee, right? Or second thing is, yeah, I can try to give some offer to the to the customers to increase the sale. What can be done to increase the sale? Maybe offer, maybe discount kind of things. Another thing is September, October, November, December, very high sale. It may be, if it is belongs to Indian data, then we can say the reason behind that may be festive season, right? What I can do, I can hire some temp employee. Rather than working in entire year, I can hire some temp employee for this time of period, right? That may be very helpful for me. Second thing is, what is the best thing I can do to increase the sale in a other month as well. So this is one of the example, right? Your report should be talking to the client. This is not kind of things you build and you are showing to the client, right? So this is a sample of the report. My purpose is showing this report to you. When you will be proficient to develop a report, just make sure you will try to prepare a report that will gives a meaningful insight to the client. Just focusing the business in your mind, when you develop a report, definitely you will get a desired output. Okay, hope this help you, right? Other than that, these are very easy. I mean, for example, this is a pie chart. In a pie chart, we can say where we have the large area, it means that particular area is having very good sale, right? So these are very, very easy thing to understand. But the thing is, you understand the business concept in your mind. Okay, so obviously, and this is a very, I would say, in a half an hour you can prepare this report. It means, rather than going row by row, column by column, just to identify what information is beneficial for me, what are causes for this, below sale, or where we have, why we are having the high sale. So all these information you can build in a Power BI report in a, I would say, less than half an hour. Okay, so creating a report is easy in Power BI. So now the next thing is, I'm just going to explain what component that we are going to cover here in Power BI. So the first thing is the Power BI introduction that we are covering here. Second module, I have just like segregated all these information in a module wise. In a module wise, what we will do, we will learn transforming data using the Power BI, and in Power Query Editor, what all option that help us in a data integration or transformation, we will cover all these options. For example, introduction to Power BI desktop, changing local, connecting to the database, basic transformation, right? All these options would be covered in a module second. Okay, so when we'll jump to the module 3, we'll have this target data modeling, or we also called it Power Pivot. So all these things will be covering from basic till advanced, right? You will get to know what is the data model, why we require the data model. Can we prepare a report without data model? Then you will get to know that, yeah, I mean, there is some challenges, there are some, like obviously that is the requirement to create a data model. Then you will jump here. That is not something that directly I will let you know that what is the data model. No, first we'll learn that what is the requirement. Can we proceed without data modeling? Then you will get your answer. So the next thing is the visualization your data. That is the easy part. For example, each and everyone, like even on a YouTube, you can see any tutorial when you will get to know what kind of the visuals these are. But I mean, here we will discuss why Power BI, why tree map, what is the importance, right? All these things would be covered in a very detailed manner. Then I mean, that thing you will not get anything. I mean, you will not get anywhere. For example, what is the purpose of waterfall? Why we can't see this information in a column chart? Why not in a pie chart? Why only in a waterfall? What is the significance? Okay, so all these information will be covering here in a module 4. So the next is module 5, working with the multiple visualization. So here we'll cover some advanced visuals. For example, here you can say in a Power BI we don't have the Gantt chart, right? Gantt chart is very advanced visual where we can put some information like in a I would say time to time when you will try to understand the trend with multiple information. For example, from Jan to December, what is the growth? Okay, and what is the main aspect that impact to our sale? So what I mean, all these information we can store in a Gantt chart that is very meaningful. Let me show you what is the Gantt chart. That is very beautiful chart, and like one of my client demanded this visual, so that's why I'm just explaining it. So this is one of the advanced visual, but that is not here in a Power BI. So how we can get those information, right? That comes in an advanced visual. We'll also going to cover here. Okay, and the next is module 6 will cover the DAX functions. See, DAX is nothing but the backbone of the Power BI. If you know the Power BI, it means you know the DAX, right? If you say that I know the Power BI but not the DAX, it means you are saying you don't know the Power BI, right? Drag and drop is very simple thing. Nobody is going to ask you that what is the complications having those information in a visual drag and dropping. No, that is not a big case. I mean, big things in Power BI itself is the DAX calculation. Okay, I'll explain you in a very easy manner from basic to advanced. So here the next module also will cover the DAX functions. Okay, and I mean, all those DAX functions will be based on a real-time scenario and based on some conditions. Okay, so these two modules will be dedicated to the DAX only. So the next is working with the Power BI services. Once we are done with the Power BI desktop, right, covering all those important components, for example, Power Query Editor, data modeling, and Power, I would say the reporting view, right? Then we'll jump to the Power BI services. In Power BI services, we'll cover all those information, I mean, which help us in a sharing and collaboration. For example, overview, the dashboard and the services, uploading of Power BI services, quick insight, and there are some more information which are not updated here. I will also add those information here, right? For example, we do have the RLS in a Power BI services. That thing is not mentioned there, but don't worry, I will cover those. And at last, we'll discuss about the security and groups, right? So they are okay. Here I'm covering that role about security. Okay. So in the last module, we'll let you know what is the security feature that we implement in the Power BI, how we secure our data, right? All things security and group would be discussed here. So this is how we are going to cover our Power BI journey. Now it is your turn. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me.
When the classes are going to start and what will be the timing? How
Timing will
many?
be decided as per see, we have a couple of more students who are not present here, but yeah,
Mhm.
we'll try to segregate basis on your compatibility, like basis on your experience and all. We'll segregate batches, and then definitely we'll let you know. We'll give you a list, and you can like give your preference to Gopi. Gopi is there, who is going to take care of all these things. I also want to add here. See, this is not a kind of classroom sessions. For example, something I deliver, doesn't matter if you are getting or not, I'll move forward. No, this is kind of, you will have some real experience. So this will be a one-to-one session, right? So in a one-to-one session, I'll give importance to each and every student, right? And we'll try to cope up with all the students. Second thing, obviously, after this journey, you will try to get a job. So my purpose is to cover this session in a manner you will get to know what may be asked in an interview. So simultaneously, I will help you to prepare in an interview, right? For example, we are covering the Power Query Editor section. So there itself, I will let you know what kind of the question they may ask and how you should explain, right? So those things will be covered. So the next thing is, yeah, obviously you will have the access of all the recordings, right? Even sometime if you are having some, due to some urgent work, you are not able to attend the class, so in that case you can access those classes, right? So yeah, that is all. If you have any question, you are feel free to ask me, or later, I mean, even after this session, you have something to ask, then feel free to ask Gopi.
So we will help you to get the job. So the point I'm trying to say is, so far now, Power BI is the trending technology. Before 1 year back, there are some other technologies were present. So in the next 1 year, it may be changed. So now it is trending. So as much as possible, if you are learn this Power BI, we will get a job. I mean, learning the Power BI along with your skill sets, it will definitely increase the space for to get the job in very easy and quickly, and with better CTC also.
I do agree.
Uh,
The beauty of the Power BI is there is nothing such thing that there is some prerequisite. Yeah, see, prerequisite, something you must be graduate. That is the only thing, because the reason behind that, you are going to prepare for the job, to get a job, and to get a job you must be graduate. So that is the only thing, so nothing else. It is sometime it is think that it is also thought that you must be technical. No, that is not like that. If you are having non-technical background, that is, in that case also, it is very easy application to learn. It is very easy visual tool that definitely you can learn without any hassle.
so we don't need to write any queries like any sequels and all.
No, I mean, see, DAX is there. We can't say that obviously you have to do some calculation, right?
Hmm.
So that's why DAX
Okay.
is there. We will learn the DAX in a very easy manner, and that is something
Okay.
not rocket science that nobody will understand. That is very, for example, if I ask you what is the percentage you got in 12th, so how you calculate, right? That is the thing that you should know.
Okay.
Yeah. So all these easy thing you will get to know into the Power BI.
Okay, Mohit. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.